But at the end of the day, they didn't think that a black man from New Jersey could beat Donald Trump. And maybe that's their own inner prejudice,
Yeah.
showing like they're projecting. But that's what I was hearing. And I love the senator. Even to this day, I think he would be a great president, and he's one of the greatest bosses I've ever had. But in that moment, I learned when you show up to someone's community, you can't just tell them this is what you're going to do for them. You have to sit down and say, well, what can I do for you? What are your three biggest issues? What do you care about? Is it the water, issue that happened a couple years ago? Is it the roads? Is it the park that's been a problem for a few years? What is it? And people's whole body language shift. They're like, oh, wow, this person that's connected to a politician, or even as a mayor today,
Right.
this council person is coming into my home and asking me what can they do for me. And that's where I think people say, oh, okay, maybe all politicians aren't that bad.
Right.
And I, as a politician, and I like to say public servant, I work tremendously hard to make sure that people know, I'm here for them, but I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
And any elected official that gets up and says, I am the one that can solve all your problems, I have the answer to everything that you're going through, elect me. I reject that, and I think it's dumb, frankly, because the best leaders to me are the leaders that listen and aren't afraid to admit what they don't know.
Right.
And then they are committed to getting you an answer, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. But that's what leaders do, because I'm not going to be able to always appease what you want, but I can always get you an answer.
Yeah.
And as a resident of my community, or as a person in this country, you deserve to get answers from the leaders that you elect to represent you.
And when it comes to just like working on that campaign trail, what was like another big thing that you noticed about campaigning in general? Because I assume that you took some of the things that you learned on that campaign trail and took it into like your own approach when you were running for mayor.
Yeah.
So I guess what are some of the things I guess that you didn't know that were very important that you applied to like your success and what you're doing now?
Yeah. So one thing I learned is that you have to meet people where they are. You can post online all day and say, hey, I'm having this event, meet me at the square, it's going to happen. But if the people that you want to show up to that square aren't in the place that you're posting, they're not going to be there. So you need to go into the community. You need to be on the ground, boots on the ground, meeting people where they are and hearing their issues. And then when you show up in their communities, it can't just be when there's election.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be when there's no election happening. When one thing that I love to do in Morristown is if we have I do monthly town halls, and I do them in different parts of our community. Mm-hmm. So when I'm doing a town hall, I'll go knock in the local neighborhood. I'll just say, hey, it's Mayor Law here. I'm not asking for your vote or anything today, but what I want to let you know is we're actually having a meeting next Thursday night. We're going to be talking about changes to the neighborhood. Would love to have you come out and tell me a little bit about your perspective and maybe what kind of things you want to see change in the neighborhood. And more often than not, people are grateful. Sometimes they don't make it, sometimes they do. But more than anything, they're like, wow, I had the mayor knock on my door, ask me, what I would like to see change about my neighborhood. And now they're having a meeting next week that I can show up to and offer that perspective. I learned that on the campaign, that you really have to meet people where they are. And then that's when they'll find the time in their busy lives to come out and share their perspective, because you're competing with their kids, you're competing with dinner,